turn on your notification bell, you will still get those information you are looking for.
Extraordinary rendition. British court ready to entertain Nnamdi Kanu's case. Yes, the full hearing in the judicial review challenge against the foreign secretary brought on behalf of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Yes, it was brought in by Nnamdi Kanu's brother. Yes, so and the British court said they are ready to entertain or hear the case. Of course, like we said, it was brought by Nnamdi Kanu's brother against former Foreign Secretary Liz Truss' unwillingness to reach a decisive view that Nnamdi Kanu was a victim of extraordinary rendition and other abuses, torture, and what have you, by the Nigerian government. So, and that is it. So, even the person that, James Cleverly, the person that succeeded Liz Truss, also was actually on the same page with Liz Truss. Yes. And now, despite the admissions by the Nigerian government itself, with damning findings by the United Nations, Human Rights Council Working Group on arbitrary detention, and the Nigerian Court of Appeal, of course, it remains the UK's government position that it simply cannot decide on how Nnamdi Kanu was brought to Nigeria in June 2021 and what happened to him en route and whether he has been detained arbitrarily, and if so, what action the UK should take. Of course, but what we are saying is that these things never happened before the last decision. So, in view of the upcoming event, upcoming court hearing, having this background that look, the appellate court in Nigeria have given directive or judgment, and again of the United Nations human rights, and working group on human rights. You see, those things will inform decisions of this British court, of course. And now, of course, Kingsley Kanu brought the challenge on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. And he said, "I'm very pleased that my brother's plight will be heard in the High Court tomorrow, and that a British judge will consider whether the Foreign Secretary has acted lawfully to date in refusing to reach a firm view on his extraordinary rendition. The Nigerian courts have shown that they uphold the rule of law and are willing to hold the Nigerian government accountable. I believe the British government must act equally decisively when the serious violations of the human rights of British citizens abroad are concerned." And so that is it. That's what Kingsley Kanu said. So, but Sharon Maka, solicitor at Bin Mansell LLP, who represents Kanu's family, said on Monday, he said, "It is impossible to understand the position of successive foreign secretaries on this case. They have become mired in a culture of compulsive procrastination in the face of overwhelming evidence of serious human rights abuses, rather than responding in a principled and decisive way and fulfilling the most basic function of a state, which is to protect its own citizens from harm." I've seen what he said. So, Kanu's family is being represented by John Hanford and Sharon Maka of Binmans LLP, together with Charlotte Kilroy, Casey of Blackstone Chambers, and Tatiana Itwell of Dirty Street Chambers. And so, this is how the case will be, because the court will put into consideration what has transpired, particularly the latest being the appellate court judgment in Nigeria, that not only that they discharged Nnamdi Kanu, acquitted him of the fictitious charges, but on the ground that what transpired at Kenya was an abduction, extraordinary rendition, and they faulted it in its entirety. They condemned it completely, and that is what Kanonta is seeking at the British court, asking the foreign secretaries to do the needful. Yes, to come to the aid of their citizen, Nnamdi Kanu. That this man was abducted. He was abducted in Kenya by this government and in collaboration with Kenya government and Nigerian government. come to his rescue, assuming they follow the due process of extradition, Canada wouldn't be seeking this, the intervention of the Britain. But because the government did what is wrong, it was illegally unlawful because they felt that might is right. They can do it. They have the capacity. They are government of Nigeria, and that's why Canada is pleading with the British government, come. And since they refuse to come, he has approached the courts to compel them to do the needful. And so that's why we have said the hearing is coming up soon, and that is why we have the optimism, yes, that they will leverage on what the appellate court has ruled in Nigeria to compel the foreign secretary, whoever is there now, to do the needful. It is the right of the appellant. Yes, talking about Nnamdi Kanu. It is his own right that the British government should come and defend him if he's been, targeted, humiliated, annihilated, punished, tortured, and his right stripped out of him. It is their duty to come and defend him, and it is within the right of the appellant, yes, to get the support of his own country. Talk about Britain, yes, he's a citizen. And so that is what is happening now. And we have said it, there's no cause for alarm. All these things from wherever, all the odds, they are favoring Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, he's a man who is, a freedom fighter. Whatever he's doing is enshrined, is within the confines of the law of Nigeria. He has not violated any law, any international rules or law. And so whatever you are doing against him, it will always turn against you. Yes, the tide will always turn against you because you are fighting a just man. You are fighting a man who is working in tandem with the rules, with the protocols, with the treaty, with the international charter, and what have you. Nnamdi Kanu is intelligent. Yes, he knows all these things. So he's making sure he works without, infringing on the ordinances. So that is it. So the case is coming up soon. I will have the firm belief that the court, which is the last hope of the common man, world over, will do the needful, as the court in Nigeria has done their own bit in trying to protect, the fundamental rights of Nigerian citizens. Yes, of Nnamdi Kanu. And British have to do that too, to protect their own citizens. The rights, the court of the Britain have to do that, to protect the rights of Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen. All right.